Hey you guys, it's Sam, and in this video I'm going to be doing the YouTube Artist Collective themed piece, World in a Bottle. And if you don't know what the YouTube Artist Collective is, it's a collective of YouTube artists, and here are all the current members. I'll talk about them more in a bit, but for now, if you'd like to check them out after this video, there'll be links in the description down below. Alright, now let's get to the drawing. So the YouTube Artist Collective, like I said, group of YouTube artists, and every 2 months they have viewers vote on themes and suggest themes for them to draw, and this theme was World in a Bottle, and I was lucky enough to be invited as a guest artist for this theme, and so this is my piece. And you can check out their Facebook page and other links. Everything will be in the description. Just if you've been here a while, you know to always check my descriptions. And if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Sam. I do traditional, I do digital, I like Copics, I like watercolor, I live stream on Twitch, and you can find all my social medias in the description. And if you really love binge watching YouTube videos, well, I have almost 500 videos for you to go and check out, so oh my god, I've made so many videos. So for this piece, I wanted to do it digitally, and my kind of lead up to that was just I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I'm still pretty new with watercolors, and I didn't know if I wanted to mess with Copics because I wanted to do a big piece, and I don't like doing big pieces with Copic markers, so I went ahead and decided I would just do this digitally, and then I can just play around to do whatever. And I kind of had several different ideas kind of going around, and I know World in a Bottle, the first thing you tend to think of is stuff in a bottle, and like, yeah, I have that in this piece, but I also wanted to be a bit outside the box, and I guess in this case it also means outside the bottle, and have somebody interacting with the bottle, have stuff going on outside of the bottle and not just inside. And I thought that was something that I don't tend to see linked with this theme, so I went ahead and decided to do that. And I had a couple different ideas, you know, maybe someone is standing holding it, maybe someone's doing something else interacting, and then, I don't know, this just kind of came in my brain where some guy was just sitting there holding the bottle, and my brain was like, there must be fabric. Lots and lots of fabric. And sometime later when I get around to actually drawing it, I'm like, why? Why, brain? So in preparation for this picture, I went ahead and just grabbed a whole bunch of pictures, a whole bunch of things I found inspiring or reference photos, and I compiled them all together, and then I traced everything. Mostly the fabric, mostly the folds, and if your heart just stopped and you were like, what? Did she say tracing? Then you really must be new here. Hello, welcome! Did you know tracing is okay? Check out my videos on my channel about tracing. Anywho, so I went ahead and I traced a bunch of reference photos, just trying to get the handle on folds, and I really wanted to be confident going into it. And yeah, so when I actually came about to drawing this picture and I drew all the folds, I was like, whoa, this actually went a lot easier and a lot faster, and it was really nice, and I was pretty happy with the sketch. And the shading process, I started with grayscale because I was still uncertain about colors, but yeah, I still kind of struggled with the folds, and also just it had a lot of awkward phases in there, but I think it came out okay in the end. I think I managed it. My initial plan was to do a lineless piece, but things weren't kind of coming together as quickly or as nicely as I wanted, and so I ended up just doing some subtle line arts, not on the entire piece, but mostly on the figure and then on the bottles. Not too much exciting to say here, pretty much just, you know, lining, then filling in some more shadows, doing some more adjustment layers, playing around with the values. And if you guys have any sort of digital program that has ways to alter your layers, like using overlay, soft light, multiply, stuff like that, if you want to quickly and easily adjust your values and contrast, I highly recommend using overlay or soft light. Hard light is, I mean, you can, but I prefer soft light and overlay. It just makes it really easy, and you can just go like whoop whoop, and then your values are just like insta better. So that's what I did a lot with this piece, and I really wanted the glow to come mostly from the bottles, you could probably say like, oh, but Sam, there's some other ambient light or something coming from elsewhere. And I'm just like, bruh, I don't really care. Yeah, so adding in that bit of depth, having some more darker darks and getting in those shadows made the piece a lot less flat, and I think helped kind of made the figure more into focus and just kind of brought the atmosphere together, because I want to try and incorporate more backgrounds with my pieces, and doing something like this especially with a lot of folds, and I'm still kind of new with folds, so go easy on me. But yeah, this has actually been pretty fun and was definitely worth the effort. And I really like the concept. And I don't really have a story behind this. Like, the idea just sort of grew out of like a transition of ideas and such. But yeah, it's just a guy and he's in a room with a lot of fabric and bottles of galaxies and stars. And I will leave it up to you guys to decide, who is this mysterious man? And like, what's going on? What's the story? I don't know. You guys can go ahead and fill in the details. I know we're not quite at the coloring part yet, but I don't really have much to say about this piece. So to talk about the coloring, my initial idea was something more of a silver, black, goldish, yellowy, and purple is like the scheme. But in the end, it ended up being more like a purple blue with orangey yellow as the theme, and I think it worked out, but it was kind of fun to try and figure out how to get there. And if you guys need help with how to colorize grayscale drawings, I have a tutorial on that. You're welcome to go check it out. But it was looking a bit flat when I was doing it, and I thought it would be kind of fun to have this sort of splash of color in the shadows, because I've seen some artists do that before where they have like a really, and I've tried it before and I'm not super successful at it, but I try. And where they have like that splash of like light color or just something that's really not a shadow, but it kind of has this weird, maybe it's a glow effect or maybe it's an illusion of a shadow, but really it's like a highlight. I can't really describe it really well, but I try to do something like that with this piece, and that's what the whole purple and the dark shadows of the fabric are, and then I ended up adding it onto the figure just to kind of keep things cohesive, and maybe there's like some sort of, I don't know, magic going. I thought it would look cool, guys. I don't know. You can make up whatever excuse you wanted for it. I just thought it would look cool. And for the galaxies themselves, boy, ain't nobody got time. I was way too lazy to draw and paint them myself, so I just grabbed some photos from NASA and just kind of manipulated them to fit in the bottle in a really lazy way. And yeah, if you're new here, I'm a very lazy artist. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, so I just threw them in there, and I think it turned out pretty cool. I wish I spent a little bit more time on it just to kind of make them fit a little bit better. Maybe like played with the warp tool or something. But I mean, I'm still kind of happy with it in the end, and it still looked a bit plain. So I went ahead and did some star galaxy textures on top and kind of fiddled with layer masks to hide certain spots, and then add some more sparkles just to make the room a little bit more magical and interesting looking and not flat. Hopefully they came across like that. It was a little bit difficult to work with like what I wanted to do when I already had like the white glow painted in, so I probably would save a more white glow thing for like later in the future, like have that be towards the end. I still think it helped building the initial values, but in terms of like layer effects when getting those photographs into the bottles, it made things a little bit more tricky. So I kind of had to fit a little bit with that, but I think I managed to have it somewhat work a little bit, it's just not 100% of what I wanted. But I mean, the end result of this piece wasn't how I initially thought it was anyway, and hey, that's what makes art fun, right? It's just to have fun, and that's what matters. There you go. Art lessons with Sam. Have fun. That's number one most important. Oh, also, side note, if you're curious about how I did the sparkles in this with the brush, I have a tutorial on that. I have lots of tutorials on my channel of how to do that, and I'll link that in the description. And there you go. That's my world, or worlds. Lots of worlds. Those are galaxies, man. That's a ton of worlds in bottles. Alright, so that's pretty much it for this piece. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you'd like to check out stuff with the YouTube Artist Collective, I'll have links in the description down below. And, you know, if you're new here, like I said, welcome. Feel free to comment below, say hi, and if you would like, you can subscribe, check out my almost 500 other videos. And I think that's it. I think that's all I have for you. And, you know, if I forget anything, just always check the description, okay guys? But yeah, definitely check out the other artists. Definitely check out my other videos, and I will definitely see you guys sometime in the future. So thanks so much for watching. Bye!